hard to do that, right? To really get people very familiar with the tribe, because a lot of your tribes are your own rituals, right? And your areas are your areas, and the last thing you want is a bunch of tourist buses or good intentioned people tramping all over your properties.
We have a powwow every year. We've been doing it for 28 years. This is the first year in 28 years we didn't do it because of the epidemic. It's owned, we don't own the property, but a local farmer here that we were looking for a place, and he was talking to us about something else we were doing, and he said, hey, have you checked my place out? And we've been doing it ever since. The first 4 or 5 years he didn't charge us anything, but he got 6 brothers and sisters, so they got into the picture and they wanted some money, so we started giving them a little, money each year. But we are expanded all over about 20 different states. In Virginia, probably 1,000 of us. But it's one time a year where we can all get together, we're celebrating, we're connecting again as family members, and we're also teaching our young people, and we're teaching the community, because it's open to the community, some of the things we believe in. And I tell people, yeah, you look at me, you look at a lot of the monikers, we could blend in with most any other group. But we don't walk around with signs on our back saying, hey, we're Monacan, but we're proud of that fact. And my grandmother, I asked her one time how come she didn't teach me more about being a Monacan as I was growing up. And she said, son, if the wrong person would have heard me talking about being an Indian, we might not have had a place to live tomorrow. And, and she said it with tears in her eyes. But, she lived long enough to see the first 5 of our powwows, and she loved them. And the last one she came to, she was sick, and my mom and I went up to the house, and she said, now, Kenneth, don't be talking to Grandma about powwow. I said, well, I won't unless you bring it up, because all grandchildren say I was her favorite, but she'd wink and say, no, he ain't. But, as soon as we walk in, oh, son, how's the powwow? Because it's about 2 weeks off. How's the powwow going? Y'all ready for it yet? And I looked at Mom. I said, yeah, Grandma, we're pretty much well. She said, now, I sure would like to go. I said, well, Grandma, do you really want to go? And she said, I do. I said, if you're able, I'll come and pick you up and carry you over there myself. And she said, it's a date. And, my mom looked at me and, she didn't appreciate it too much, but hey, that was my grandma. And she went, she sat in a chair, and she, it's like a light was all over her, when she watched it, because she told me one time, we couldn't do this when I was growing up.
Yeah.
And, I couldn't either until, the powwow, I was in my late 20s when we started, so.
Yeah.
There's so much more to explore, and we want you to join us on The Good Road.
For more in-depth content, meet us on the internet at thegoodroad.tv.
Hear more great stories, connect to organizations, and make sure you download our podcast, Philanthropology.